Good morning, good morning. Super late. I was up at 5, contemplated doing laundry, and was chatting with one of my cyber friends and fell back to sleep. God. And woke up now. Super late. Last night before I fell asleep, I was on Instagram. Now I was always a Facebook person, which I still do Facebook, but Instagram, I follow a lot of health people on IG. You know, that work out, healthy lifestyle. Hopefully that would inspire me. I follow a lot of makeup people on IG. But since the Junior tragedy, like I told you guys in a video, there's so many fake pages out there. And I follow at least, I would have to say 5 or 6. Junior Forever 15. Just let it go, Erica. Justice for Junior. His brother, and quite a few others. And I was just looking at pictures and videos of him. They posted some new pictures. And it just was sad. I don't like going on Instagram as much because on my timeline, that's what pops up now. Constantly pictures and constantly videos of him. I really, truly did contemplate last night, and I don't know. Because as hurtful as it is, you still want to see. You know what I mean? You still want to see. And I contemplated not following them anymore because it really is consuming. I mean, I was telling you guys in a video last night, since Junior's passing, there has been so many horrific other killings. But I haven't been able to move forward from his. Somebody messaged me about the story of Nia, I want to say Wilson. God, Eric, I don't want to disrespect anybody or say the wrong name, but the young lady who was killed at the train station. Her and her sister was getting off of the train, and this random guy who was on the train, they were helping somebody with the stroller off, and he cut both her and the sister in the neck. 3 sisters together, coming from a barbecue from one of the sisters' boyfriends who had passed away 2 years ago by drowning. And she died right there in the train platform. And of course, somebody took out the phone. It's not really a great cell phone video, but you just see her legs and you see an officer, I guess, trying to help her, and you hear, I guess, her sister who was cut screaming. That's another story that I just started looking into yesterday, and I don't know about you guys, but I am addicted to Investigate ID. Oxygen Network. I don't know why, but I am. And the amount of murders and tragedies that take place and stories is just amazing. So why do I watch that? I really don't know. But I just, you know, I mean, they have, if anybody has not checked them out, or anybody knows what I'm talking about, they have Wives with Knives, Fear Thy Neighbor, a lot of shows. Sorry, guys. That it's crazy. But looking at the pictures of Junior, there's a new picture of his dad at the cemetery, and It's just crazy seeing the videos of him. There's a lot of videos of him when he was alive that I don't know if his friends put up or whoever, because again, I don't know who is running these pages. Some people act like they know him, you know what I mean, that they were friends, whatever, like that. But what I brought up last night in the video was about Jason, okay? And I promise I'm going to read that New York Times article. I am going to read it today. And let's be honest. I was thinking about my boys. I have 2 sons. They were into sports. One thing I will say about my their father, he was very involved with them. He was involved in a lot of boys. He was a football coach, you know, a youth football coach. My sons played sports from a young age. So my ex was well known in the community because he was a football coach and stuff like that. And my son had friends. I don't use this for that. Sorry. You know, my son had friends. And not all kids were good. You know, you had your good kids, and then you had your kids that were involved in gangs. Wasn't really that big. They existed, but they really were not that big, thank God, when my kids were growing up. It's like it was just starting. But you still had your bad kids. So there were a couple of boys that, you know, you didn't want your kids hanging out with. You know what I mean? But one thing I can say with their father being involved in sports and knowing the young kids in the community, you know, he kind of kept track of that. Some people have said, and I'm not going to speak on the article. Some people have shared with me what the article said, because I didn't read it yet, so I don't want to speak on it yet. But I will speak on what I have heard other people's opinions about it was. Being 15, okay, being in that community, is it possible that Junior knew those boys or boys that were involved in that kind of lifestyle? Yes, it is. I mean, it's kind of hard. When you go to school, think about when we were in school. You had your, I don't want to say nerds, but you had your smart kids. You know, you had your mean girls. You had, you know, you had all different kind of classes of kids in school. So definitely, is it possible, living in that community, growing up in that community, Junior had to know, he had to know these kids. Now, from what we can see, because we don't really know, guys, okay? This is all guesstimation and us giving our opinion from what we can see. I think Junior came from a good home, a loving home. I seen a video on IG that somebody put up of him. I guess it was his mother, him, and the grandmother walking in the snow. And the grandmother fell. And Junior was helping her up. And before he helped her up, he did the peace sign, and she's still on the ground in the snow. And then it looks like Leandra's taping, and they're laughing. He was close to his family. And it looks like they were decent, respectable, hardworking people, from what we see. Because the truth is, we really don't know. But this is from what we can see. And my mother was very strict with me. She really didn't let me stray, because I had 2 older sisters. I'm the youngest of 3 girls. And they gave my mother hell. So by the time I came along, my mother was like, oh no, I've been there, done that, and I'm not having it. So I didn't have the freedom that they had, okay? So I had to sneak. And when kids want to do something, they sneak. And it's not a reflection all the time. If a kid comes out bad, it's not a reflection of his mother or father all the time. Because I have seen kids come from the best of homes, and they turn out certain ways, and it's really embarrassing for the parents, and it's not a reflection of their parents, because you only could give your child but so much, but they're going to decide what they want to do. And it seems like she had him on a tight leash. So is it possible that he could have been dishonest with her? Mind you, remember, he's getting 15. He was 15. So that's when you start smelling yourself, feeling yourself. I can tell you my boys were very loving and sweet, and I had no problems with them until they became teenagers. I'm telling you. And liking girls. That's when my problems with my boys started. So is it possible that Jason was an excuse to get out the house? Definitely. There's the take that the night before, one of his friends was in an incident with the Trinitaros, and they asked Junior for help, and he froze. I did hear that story before. And Junior froze, and that's how he was marked. So, and then they thought he was with the gang. That's how the gang members, you know, when they seen him, that's why they thought he was, you know, with the gang. I'm losing my point. What was I going to bring that up? I'm sorry, guys. Damn. God. I'm losing my point. I'm really losing my point. Oh, yes. I now know what I wanted to say. Okay. So if that happened the night before Junior's death, right? Let's just say that happened. An incident happened and Junior was marked and they thought that he was with the gang after that night. And this kid, Jason, calls Junior allegedly. And I don't know what I'm wearing today either. I think I know. He asked for the $5. Why would Junior go out by himself and venture off so far if he just had a run-in with the gang last night? Like somebody said, he was in fear for his life after that incident, or he thought something was going to happen to him after that incident with his friend. Why would he go out to meet Jason and give him $5 alone? Okay? So I don't know if I believe that he was in fear for his life or something like that. Anything is possible. But is it possible that that could have been an excuse? Because we haven't seen Jason, okay? We don't know who Jason is, okay? We've heard the story. The mother tells the story of Jason. But is it possible that he used Jason as an excuse and maybe text Jason and said, hey, if my mom calls you. Because listen, I had to sneak out, and I'm luckily nothing happened to me when I snuck out. Luckily nothing happened to me. But I had no other choice because I wanted to do things with my friends. I mean, I had a choice. I could have stayed in the house and listened. And, you know, when I had my kids, I gave them more freedom than I had. Because as much freedom as my mother thought she had over me, I still got pregnant my senior year of high school. Listen, kids are going to find a way to do what they want to do. You know what I mean? And my kids, I really didn't have a curfew with them, but it was just understood. And also, my house was the hangout house, which is something that I did not like. But that was my house. Football coaches, football players. In my marriage, that was my house. That's one thing that I did not miss coming out of my marriage. You know, because me being the only woman, you know, when you have boys and guests over, you know, when we come home from work, we want to cut loose. take off the bra, the hair. We just want to be free when we come home. And I never really could do that. And that's how I became a bedroom person. As soon as I came home from work, I would go straight to my room. Because that was a place where I could feel comfortable and I could be free. Because my house was taken over by other people. Lord, let's try this. Let's try this. Let's try this. I don't even know. So it is quite possible Junior could have not been honest with his mom. They're saying the incident that happened last night, he did not share that with his mother. He didn't tell anybody. But my thing is, kids are always on their phone now. So where's the cell phone records? I'm sure he had text messages and everything. If he did meet Jason and Jason says that, oh, he was going to meet somebody else. We don't know that to be true. We just know that's what Jason said he said. We don't know that he told Jason that. And if he had plans to meet somebody else, kids are so into their phones. And everything's on their phones. Everything's on Snapchat. Everything. So why didn't we, and I told you guys, I wing it every time. Every time it's a different experience with me getting ready. I just don't understand why there's no message. Wouldn't there be a text message from whoever he was going to meet? Or a phone call to say, hey, I'm on my way? Just the time doesn't make sense. Jason called at 9:30. You figure he had to talk to Leandra, get the $5. And, you know, he had his slippers on that they say he ran out of when he was being chased. And that's another thing. The chase started from behind St. Barnabas Hospital. They released the bodega video. So why didn't they release the chase? They found those slippers that he ran out of blocks away. It's just a lot of unanswered questions. You know, and now this thing with Genesis, I don't know. But it is possible for her to have known one of them, okay? Because I know the Bronx, as my husband tells me, well, let me say what he tells me, because I you know, I'm not a city person. It's kind of big, and there's different areas. So it is possible for her to have known one of them. It is possible for Junior to have known one of them. But her take, and again, I don't want to speak too much on it because I really want to read that article again, because people will crucify you for putting out fake news, and I do not want to put out anything incorrect for those of you who don't have access or are not from the U.S. or the immediate area, because that's how the rumors and the wrong information start. But it is possible for her to have had a run-in with one of them. But if she's seen him at a house, right, and someone else brought this point up, how would he know that, okay, let's say you go to a house party, you go to somebody's house and you see somebody. How would they know that Junior's her brother? I mean, do you tell everybody you meet? I mean, I know I have been to many functions. I don't say, oh, I have 2 sisters and here's her picture, you know. I don't know, so I don't know. I want this to look more orange. Burnt orange. That's my favorite color. One of my favorite colors. I have burnt orange all around my house in some shape and form. But I don't know. I just think this is why people are forming all these theories, because I'm not sure if the truth will ever come out. Who knows the truth? God. God. But I said to myself last night, girl, you just gotta, because it really brings your mood down. You know, you feel bad to see his father at that cemetery. Just God, you know. And somebody who had so much life, you know. He seemed like, Junior seemed like the life of the party and everything like that. It just seems so unfair. Too unfair. to be taken so soon. Yeah, I wanted more of a burnt orange. So we're going to just have to see. And what's pissing me off is, you know, those gang members. They're really saying that they're hell to deal with in the jails. And what I don't understand is, and I don't know too much about jail, thank God. One of Junior's killers threw piss in one of the corrections officer's face. This is coming out more pink, girl. I gotta fix this. And it was a woman correctional officer that this was done to. And not for nothing, I always thought that women COs would be with the women, and men COs would be with the men. The 8 Trinitarios gang members, it was a woman, one woman guard. And they kind of destroyed like a computer place. Now that's our tax money. I mean, what do they need computer? It looked like a computer lab. You know, they have too much freedoms and they're too comfortable in jail. You know, I know somebody who was in jail and they're sending emails and stuff like that. I even think when I was on POF that I got somebody incarcerated tried to message me. I mean, you in jail. What the hell are you trying to, you on POF for? That's what I'm saying. Too much freedom. And some of these criminals have done some horrible things. Taking somebody's life and you still get to live and you online looking for love. It's just, it just does not seem right. I don't know where I'm going with this, y'all. I told you, every day is a new experience. And that would just like anger me. You know, ruining somebody's life and you still have all this freedom and you still causing hell, still traumatizing the people who have to work at that jail and supervise your ass. It's just crazy. It's just really crazy. And not fair. I don't think these people should be allowed to have all these privileges, you know? And you have your career criminals that get out and go back. Shit. Free food, you know? Going to college, getting a degree. And I know people make their mistakes. Trust me, there are people, you know, that make mistakes. But I'm talking about those hardcore criminals. It's just repeat offenders. It's just crazy. It's just really, really crazy to me. I had bought this Profusion brow kit. I really don't like it. I think I'm going to stick to what I know. But it comes with some brushes. It comes with wax. It comes with the different colors for the brow. I don't know. I used it yesterday. I'll give it one more chance today. I really didn't like it. So I don't know why I'm wasting my time. But because I don't have that much time. I don't have time to waste. But I don't know. I didn't care for it. But, well, use it. I got it from Target. And I like Profusion. I really like this brush palette I have from them. And I can't find it nowhere else. I guess they're a low-end cosmetic line. I mean, when I say low-end, I mean, it's not really a major brand. I don't want to be disrespectful to them because I use their products. I don't know. It's okay, I guess. But yeah, guys, a lot of unanswered questions. But I just really was considering, to be honest with you guys, just not taking a break, but unfollowing the IG pages because it's a lot. It's a lot. And it's hard to look at. You know, and I seen another picture of Leandra. Now, the people who she was with, it was in front of the mural in front of the bodega. And the people that she was with, it was two women next to her. I don't think it was Genesis, but it was a younger girl. And it was a woman that looks like she was Leandra's age. And they were just smiling. One woman had her arm in the air. And the other girl was like, you know, posing like you're taking a selfie. And Leandra just looked empty. I'm going to show you guys that picture. She just looked empty. And I just... It looked like it was a photo op for the other two ladies, okay? And for her, it looked like, you know, just an empty shell. Oh, God. Let me blend this out a little bit. It's just heartbreaking, y'all. Really heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. What am I going to do next? Oh, the bottom. Yep. I don't know. It's got to be hard every day. Walking in that room. I have a girlfriend who lost her mother recently in the winter. January, I want to say. And she, her mom lived with her. You know? And it was hard for her just walking by that room. It was hard. Hard to be alone by herself, you know what I mean? And it was, her mother was sick before January. And, you know, her Christmas gifts was still there unopened. Oh. Hard. So imagine Leandra, you know. And I've seen pictures of IG of his room, and you see his gaming chair. You see typical teenage room. Hard. I don't know. I just feel, and I still stand by what I say. Whether the movie thing is real or fake, she's very vulnerable right now. I imagine when she goes outside, you know, it's like her life is not the same. Her life is not the same, for one, because her son is gone. But her life is not also the same is because she'll never be able to go anywhere. Everybody's always going to know who she is, and it's going to be a constant reminder. And if there is money in the works, you know, people taking advantage. Listen, she's in no condition to work. Okay? She is in no condition to work, but also, you know, even if, let's say, they want to do a movie or they want to do a documentary, and again, his story does need to be told, and they do movies of people who pass all the time. I really wanted to see that Whitney Houston documentary. I was waiting for it all year, and by May they took it out of the theaters. So I'm gonna have to wait to see it. But so they do movies about people. I've seen the Lifetime movie. I think Lifetime did a movie of Whitney. Somebody did, because I watched the Whitney movie or whatever. So they do movies all the time, but for one, it's too soon. And not only that, they will give the family some money. Okay? And Leandra's bills, just because her son passed away, have not went anywhere. So she does need money. But it's just, they break you off a small piece and they stand to make so much more. And that's what it's all about. Nobody is going to do a movie if they don't think they're going to profit. Nobody. I don't care who the movie is about. I really shouldn't take my lashes off daily, but I do. That's probably not helping my natural lashes grow. But it's just, everything comes off. I like to sleep comfortably. So we will just really have to see where this goes. I did see on one of the pages that they're going to be doing a documentary. A documentary, okay. You know, a junior documentary. That's okay. Sorry, my camera cut off. I mean, basically, they can do what they want either way. I just would hate to see someone making decisions for this lady so they could get a little piece of the pie. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I really got to go through this cart. This cart is filled to the max, and it's getting to a point where I can't find anything. I don't have time. Let me just do this. So we will see. We shall see. And I hope everybody has a good day. Really not feeling the work thing today. I have other things to do around the house. Just contemplating not going to work. And I don't call out often. But I'm behind there too. It's like my mind has been so consumed. That I'm very distracted. And I have to get back to reality. Back to reality. But I promise that I'm going to thank you guys for sending me things. People have been sending me articles and things that I don't see or didn't see. So thank you. And thank you, like I said, for your feedback. Met some pretty cool people. God, look at this shit. Excuse my language. Oh my God. Met some really cool people from all over. I'm gonna have to fix that now. And I like the comments. I like the dialogue. You know, some people mute comments, and but that's not something that I'm looking to do. You know, what's the point? You mute the comments. People can't respond and give their input. I don't have a problem with people leaving comments or people having a difference of opinion. It's just that, just tell me I disagree. Without being disrespectful, and you know. And I just want to clarify something. When I say I don't get paid for YouTube, because some people have implied that's what I'm looking for. You know, that's what I mean when I say I don't get paid by YouTube. Some people have, you know, because I think how it works is it goes by how many views you get, how many likes you get, determines if you get paid or how much you get paid. So I don't have to just sit and think of videos all day. You know, that's not, you know, I have a job and I have other ends of income, where some people who this has become their job. And listen, we all need money. Trust me, I like to shop. So, I would be lying to you to say that if somebody offered me a check, I would turn it down. But that's not my motive here. You know what I mean? That's what I was trying to say. I don't knock anybody. I don't know anybody that would turn down money. You know, I just have always loved YouTube. I don't even think I need cable TV, because I'm on YouTube more than I am sitting in front of a TV, or I'm on YouTube while I'm in front of the TV, I should say. That's what I should say. because I learned a lot of cute stuff. Crafts, home decorating. Before I go away, I research my vacations. You know what I mean? So I do so much on YouTube. There's so much you can do on YouTube. I fix TVs. I diagnose cars. I've done it all. All on YouTube. It's pretty damn cool. Nursing. When I was in nursing school, there were lectures, you know, that somebody posted on YouTube, you know, that helped me. So I feel like I owe YouTube. I mean, relationship help, you know, weight loss and health tips. Everything is on YouTube. I love it. When I was going through the breakup with the narc, those videos from YouTube helped me. So, again, I told you guys about this finishing spray. Let me tell you something. My makeup stays on till I take it off. And I damn near have to scrub it off. So I really like this. I mean, it's not expensive, $2.99. I have had more expensive ones. And I like this. Okay. It's time to get ready to face the day. Thank you guys for watching. And I do want to talk about that Nia Wilson story. It's just, I guess I've been avoiding it. And there's another story of a young man that was killed, a father. Might have been from the Bronx. Somebody else pointed out to me. And what the hell is going on? Oh my God, see, I thought I was finished. I don't have no lashes on. I tell you, every day is an experience. Every day. And one day I went to work with them and I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, something don't seem right. You know, something don't seem right. I didn't have no damn lashes on. But anyway, craziness. I guess I've just been avoiding it because it's hard to see. You know, you see the victim's pain, you see the family's pain. It really is hard to see. And I know how the Junior case has affected me, and I guess I just did not want to go through that again or get so consumed again. And these lips are not going to stay. I don't like these lips. Yeah, it just, so I'm going to be honest with you guys. I do see the other tragedies, but I'm just, the Junior thing has really consumed me to the point. I don't like this either. It has consumed me to the point where I'm afraid to get wrapped up into somebody else's tragedy, to be honest with you. Because I've lost many nights of sleep. And been very distracted where, you know, I was afraid to get involved with anybody else's tragedy. So I have been avoiding that. Oh, I can't find my tweezers. So that's that. I got some more Kiss Human Hair eyelashes from the beauty supply. They're about $2.99 a pair. They're supposed to be rimmy. And they do last a long time. Because I just threw away the other ones and I had got the other ones around my birthday. I have other lashes that I have. I always have lashes on hand, but I'm really not a huge fan of them. I can't say that, but they're fake. They're synthetic. And, you know, usually after 2 wears, I toss them. Hold on. I had to find my tweezers. I know I have more. I just don't know where the hell they are. And I'm rushing. Every day new experience doing this. Only because I'm on camera. And I want to be optimistic and everything, you know. I just feel that because this case is so high profile, it's the only reason why it's getting this attention. Because if you're not from this area and you watch the news, you would see that there have been many other tragedies happening that you don't hear about this long. And that's sad. That's really sad. Because how do you think those families feel of the other victims? But, you know, what makes Junior's case different, and this is how I explain it to people because they want to know, like, you know, people you talk to, people who I have talked to, people close to me, you know, it happens all the time, you know. What made his case, I think, resonate with us more is because it was just so brutal. Not saying that other murders aren't, but we seen this boy so afraid. We've seen him bleed to death, and I think that's what really is sticking out in our minds. So that's how I explain it, because I would like to understand it as well for myself. And I watched some pretty crazy stuff on Investigate ID, Oxygen Network, and stuff like that. And those stories really didn't stand with me like this. I don't know if it's become, I don't know. I don't want to say the word cult because then I'll be getting all these messages. But it's just affected so many people, you know. But that's about it, guys. I'm going to do this other lash and throw some clothes on, wash up, and head out to face the world. And I hope everybody has a great day. And thank you for watching. And getting ready with me today. Oh my God, I want to scream. I don't think I waited for the glue to get tacky enough. It's crazy. It's really crazy. I'm definitely by no means a pro. But thanks to YouTube University, I learned how to do that. So have a great day, everybody.